Okay, so good morning and good evening, everyone, and welcome back into this class. Today we are on the day number 6 here, and we are going to be start our ServiceNow introduction part, which we left on the Friday. I know that I have given you the two questions, which you have to be identified, which you have to find out. Don't worry, I'm not going to be asked today. I'll give you a little more time, but yes, from today onwards, it will be a surprise for everyone. At any point of time, I can ask anyone. Okay. Oh, okay. So let me share my screen. Come on, this part is. Anyone is able to find out this document, which I told that you can try and search it on the Google. Is anyone find out that?
Couldn't get a 7-page document, but I saw the same document with a 3 pages in
What was the
script.
What was the document name?
In script 01 service cloud architecture. In
No, no,
script
no,
there.
no,
Yeah.
no, 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 not the right document. Okay, I'll give you a little hint on that this part. So you need to be search with the keyword like high availability architecture ServiceNow. Okay, you have to be write something in Google at high ServiceNow high availability architecture. That is called the AHA high. Sorry, HA something is high availability architecture. HAA is basically okay. Then you will be able to find this complete document. So we discussed with this part. Now let me come to transfer and the failover. What do you mean by the transfer and what do you mean by the failover? Transfer means suppose let's say that I'm having a phone and my phone is not working properly. What I do, I take my data and dump it in some other phone. And then I send my phone for the maintenance or for repair and then bring back to my original one. So in the technical words, transfer of an instance is scheduled event. It is okay. Why it's called a schedule? Because whenever ServiceNow say, hey, I am going to do a maintenance of your instance. Okay, I'm going to do a maintenance of your instance, then they schedule it because you are running a production system for the customers. If I take it, if I take your servers down, like suppose there's a sale of 26th of January now on Flipkart, Amazon, multiple e-commerce website. There's a sale. Now, if during the sale the server crash or the site went down, it's not look good. Where these companies know that they have a high hits, so better keep the server up to date. So they will do the maintenance beforehand. Okay. So transfer of an instance is scheduled event that is usually performed for maintenance purpose. While failover of an instance is event usually performed where availability of one or more customer instance cannot be maintained. Now let me take another example. So okay. Sometime what happened? Let me go here. Okay. Sometime what happened? Let's suppose you are going to be take bath. Okay, in a 3 or 2 BHK flat, we have multiple washrooms, right? Or these things. Suppose you are going to take a bath, you open the tap, you are getting very low pressure water. What you say to other person, maybe you say to your family or you say to your mother or your wife, hey, could you please shut down all of the taps? I'm taking bath, I'll just take 2 minutes. Everybody closes the tap in other rooms and kitchen in washrooms, and then you are getting a good pressure of the water in your bucket. What this is called? This is called the failover. As soon as the things are not working, you switch to the other part. Now if I enhance this example, now let's take example that in your in our home we have a taps. You open a tap, you're not getting a water. maybe very low pressure water. You open the another tap in kitchen, you're still getting the low pressure. But you know that there's a tap in the garden because that has a borewell. If I open the tap, I will get the complete pressure. So that is the failover. You shut down all you leave it your all instance, you leave it all the taps, and you go to the garden and switch on that tap, and you're getting the proper pressure. So these are the technical things. Again, I'll take one example. Maybe sometime we are sitting in a call, okay, and you say, hey, I'm not getting the broadband speed on my mobile phone via Wi-Fi. What you do? You quickly move to the mobile data because you know that in the room which you're sitting, maybe the mobile data work very accurately. So that is called the failover. In the failover, you're not going to do any maintenance. No, it is just you are moving from one place to the another place, or from one particular hardware to the another particular hardware. Okay, in both the AHA stands for this one, Advanced High Availability Architecture. Search by this term. And failover scenario, the cloud automation platform will make the customer instance the secondary data center. So what this means basically, suppose I'm sitting here. Let's take I'm sitting in the Canada. Okay, I am facing some issue in the Canada region. That is in my instance is not working properly. Immediately, if you ask ServiceNow, hey, I'm facing this issue, can you do the failover? Or one more thing I'm adding here, a big companies, they have their threshold that if customer instance taking more than 2 minutes to load the page, it means we need to move that particular person to the main data center, to the support data center. This movement is called the failover. That is the thing you have to be remembered. It's very technical part. Nobody's going to be ask you, but practically we have to be see here. So now what this says, what service now say here, let me maximize this image. So now you can say, this is me. This is customer service now customer. This is me. I am using this instance. I am on the data center one. Okay. I raise a complaint to service now. Hey, my instance is very slow. This is okay, Atul, give us a time. We'll move it to you, the data center 2. And you can see in the less than 2 minutes, your failover will be happen. So like what I do, suppose I'm having a call with my customer, okay, and I know it is very important call. It is very important call. So what I do, I connect it on the Wi-Fi. I know that if current gone, I will be disconnected. So what I do in the meantime, I always keep my Wi-Fi hotspot on my mobile phone. As soon as the current gone, I go here, search for the network and connect to my hotspot. So it will be happen in the less than 2 minutes. So another point which you can tell your customers that failover will not, it's a big thing here. No, in ServiceNow failover is less than 2 minutes. So what these arrows are indicating that every primary data center has been interacted with the or mapped with the secondary data centers. And this is the primary DB and this is the backup DB. So now you can see in a data center one, they have a primary database and they have a backup as well. Also, they have a one more database here, and on the top they have a backup as well. So in short, for my one database, I have 1, 2, and 3 backups are there. It's a very big thing. So now you can assume that how much big infra service now is carrying at point of time. How many servers they have installed, how many racks they have installed, how many databases they have installed, how many database instances they have. Clear till this point? Any doubt? Any question? Anyone? Yes, guys. Any doubt? Any question? Okay.
Hello?
Yes, go ahead. Yes, go ahead. Go ahead, Ken.
Yeah. So are you saying for every customer, there's every customer's data is stored in 2 different locations?
Correct. One is primary and one is secondary.
Okay.
In primary also they have a database backup. In secondary also they have a database and database backup. And the see primary data center is this one. This database is always be in sync with the backup supporting data center.
Okay.
So it means these two are always syncing. You are not losing any record because it is always in the sync. You can see master, MariaDB replications. So they are always in the replication form.
And it's for every customer has it.
So every customer has a same structure separately. Okay. So like when I say, okay, when tomorrow I say, okay, can go and take your ServiceNow instance, what this mean? That you're also setting something in this area for me. I have a similar structure for my instance. You have a similar structure for your instance. Deepika, Sneha, Bikola, everybody have a similar structure in the ServiceNow cloud at point of time there. Okay.
All right, thank you.
Yes, please go ahead. Read any question?
Yeah, will it change for customer to customer, or there is a standard thing like, yeah, for Paris this is the backup, for Canada this is the backup, like that? These are all predefined.
So these are the standards one. These are the predefined, which is given by ServiceNow. So you can see the blue one is the data center one, and the orange one you can say is the backup one. So let's take example how this thing happen actually. I don't have any practical part, but which I learned from experience. Suppose you want to deal for your company. Let's say you are working in X company and you want to deal for the same. That company is in the Europe region. And in the Europe region, you say that they're in subsidiary of Switzerland only. So you say my customer is in the near to Switzerland. So they will host your instance in the Switzerland data center only, not in the UK or Germany or Canada. No, they will put you the very closest to your data center only. So like for India, what is the closest one? I can say something in this area. In this area, if my customer is Indian, then my data center will be Asia only, somewhere in this place, or maybe at this place as well. So these two places, my instance can be hosted. Okay, clear, Veer?
Yeah.
Okay. Okay, great. Now I'll go to the next point for this one. Backup and recovery. How many? Yes, go ahead, Ken.
Just to follow up for that. So if a customer in a region with just one data center, that means you're going to use the data center they have there and another one in a different region?
It's totally depend. So what ServiceNow says basically, and that is a practical thing we have to be also think. If my primary data center is in Asia, definitely ServiceNow will not host my supporting data center in Asia only, because maybe just take 0.001% probability. If there is something goes wrong in Asia region, then my supporting data center also went down. So maybe primary in Asia, secondary maybe in Japan, maybe in Europe, maybe in US as well.
Okay.
There's a saying, never keep your all eggs in a one basket. Always keep in the different basket, and keep the basket also in the different places. So that in case of emergency, in case of any kind of unexpected things happen, you at least save few of the eggs from that particular baskets. Okay. Clear, Ken? Can you proceed? Okay, so now I come to this portion, backup and recovery. I have a question here. How many of us take our WhatsApp backup every day? At least I take, or I have scheduled it that every night 2 p.m. IST the backup should be done. How many of you to do this part? Any idea? Okay.
Yes, it is no backup.
Yes.
It is.
It is.
Happens every
Yes. Yes, you take the backup. Why you take the backup? Maybe tomorrow if your phone crash unexpectedly, it lost, maybe damage, then at least you get your previous data up to the time when the backup has been taken should be available with you. Definitely there will be small loss in our case, but not in we're saying not in the ServiceNow case. So to do this part, we have a concept called the backup and recovery. Recovery means if you say that okay, I'm installing my is WhatsApp in the new phone, but I need a data only from the this particular date. So that is called the recovery. So how ServiceNow work on this part? So backup of the customer instance are taken primarily for the logical restore purpose, such as case for the critical customer configuration or accidental data deletion. Okay, so these things mentioned in the deals. When you are signing, okay, I am taking ServiceNow instance and ServiceNow say, okay, these are my T and C. I'm not sure that how it's working outside India, but in India, this T and C play a very vital role. If you want to sell anything, just put T and C at the later on in the small letters. So such as case for critical customer configuration error or accidental data deletion. So ServiceNow says, see, I'm taking a backup, that's fine. That's not an issue. But few cases we have to be specified, like why you need a backup. Maybe you have said that Atul, I have a critical customer configuration, or in case someone delete the data accidentally. That is the one thing. So this is the primary thing. Okay, this is been done. Second part, full backups. Now the question comes, what is a full backup? Full backups are performed every 7 days direct to disk. I'm sure that people who are working specifically, I'm not sure that who's been working in Control M. I guess now you are working in Control M, right?
Yeah, Atul.
Yes. So do you have any idea about this thing? Backups.
So a backup of what we have set for jobs, like for production job, it should have a backup for this many days, like that we have set.
Yes.
So
Yes. So now what ServiceNow say that I take the backup. Sorry, full backups are performed every 7 days direct to disk. It means they're not taking the backup in kind of a pen drive or hard disk. No, it is a disk, kind of a tape disk, which we say, and are retained for 28 days. So if any backup has been taken today, that will be available for the 28 days. That is called the full backup. Means from the day one you landed in ServiceNow production till that date, you get this called the full backup. And the differential backups taken every 24 hours. Means suppose a backup has been done yesterday. Today again I'm taking a backup. So it will take only the difference between yesterday and today's changes or today's function, it takes the backup. Backup are stored in the same data centers. See, I'm telling you, these points are very crucial, very basics, because sometime deals not happen because the particular person or the consultant who is sitting in front of customer don't have this idea. So backup are stored in the same data center. So suppose if I'm staying in Asia, so my backup also stored in Asia data center only. Okay. With production instance backup in both. It means that if you are okay. So whenever we buy ServiceNow, okay, maybe tomorrow I'll show you that picture, that how the ServiceNow look like. When we buy ServiceNow instance, ServiceNow give us the 3 instance. Number 1 is dev, number 2 is UAT, and number 3 is production. Dev, the purpose of dev is to do the development work. I'm sure that everybody who is sitting in this class having a knowledge of this particular thing. If someone say, Atul, I'm a little confused, please you can unmute and you can ask the question. Okay. Then UAT means where the business people perform the testing. That is called the user acceptance testing. And production means when your end user is using that particular system is called the production. So ServiceNow say that production instance backup will be in the both data centers. It means you will get the production instance backup in the main data center as well, here as well, and here as well. But sub-production instance commonly used for testing and development are backup only in their primary data centers. It means for the dev, they take the dev and UT as well for the backup, but they will keep it only here, not here. Regular automatic automation tests to ensure, okay. So ServiceNow says that, let's take an example. Okay, let's say every day I am putting this curd things. Okay, my wife has a duty, or I can say responsibility, that every night she put milk and a 1 spoon of curd so that it should be settled down and become a curd in the morning. And when she do this thing, after in the morning, when she get up, she open that box and see, yes, it has been done successfully. What is that? She's doing the testing. She's not tasting it. No, she just open it and see if there's a no water. It means it has been settled down and I can take it out. If there's a water, it means that is over. I can say oversoaked. I can say specifically. Okay, so ServiceNow also do this automation test to see that backup has been done completely or any failure is there or not. Let's take example. You know that in your folder you have approximately 500 MB files, and every day you're taking the backup of that file from one folder to your hard disk. Today, when you're doing the backup, it's done in the just 2 or 3 seconds. Definitely you will be surprised. Hey, what happened? Did I copy the wrong, or my file has been corrupted? So you do kind of a testing at your end. In the similar manner, ServiceNow also do the testing at his or her end to make sure that backup has been taken properly and there is no issue in the database backup. Now, any doubt, any question, anyone? Let me come here. Yes, Neha. Yes, go ahead, Dyodhana.
Yeah, actually, there it's written that the backup is like direct to disk.
Yes.
7 days direct to disk backup. So what is meant by direct to disk?
Okay. So I'm not sure if, okay, I'll ask someone in the group first. Anyone from the pure infra part, from the completely from the infrastructure side, who knows server databases and all the things? Okay, so what happened, Detona, in this case, like when ServiceNow say I'm taking a backup, so backup can be happen as this manner. Like you can, this is your primary data center database, and you're taking the data base to the this one. Okay, there is no disk involved. So I'm not sure that how I can be relate this part. Let me try to search on the Google some image. So disk is like a tape. If you remember that in the previous days we have a recorders, right? Tape recorders kind of things, and we have a cassettes kind of things.
Yes,
right?
yes, yes.
So that is called the
Yeah.
disk in IT industry. So they take the backup on that particular role. Not in any kind of a database only. They just keep it a data. It is something like a device actually.
Okay.
Okay, and there they pick it here. So it means when I say direct means there is no interface in between. They're not saying that I'm taking a database from that one database instance or database instance. No, I'm taking the backup from database and putting into the disk. Okay, let me find out something if I get it here. In my previous in one of my project, we use these concepts actually. So it is kind of a disk like this. Maybe you can say Maybe you can say it's look like a CD or something like that, but it is a disk basically.
Okay.
Okay, so like we have a hard disk and all the things, right? So this is called the disk here. Okay, anyone else, any other doubt on this part? Okay, great. Now I request don't feel sleepy, because this is the time where you are going to know your service now in depth. This is the slide, this is the picture, and don't worry, you will find this slide very easily on the Google. By seeing this slide, you can decide that in which area of ServiceNow I should go now. I'm frankly speaking, the training which I am giving almost has a 5 or 10% value in the market. But the thing is that if you want to proceed any of the case in further, you need this basic knowledge with yourself. Okay, so now if I say that I am using a WhatsApp, okay, what are the capability of a WhatsApp? You can send message, you can receive message, you can do the audio call, you can do the video call, you can send documents, you can send videos, you can send images, you can send contacts, you can send location, you can take a backup, plus you can transfer the money nowadays, right? So these are the capability of a WhatsApp. Maybe if I'm a businessman, for me only images will be required, because maybe I'm doing a business of kind of, I can say, grocery shop or maybe jewelry. Someone sent me image, I said okay, send it 5 pieces. That's all. We never talk on WhatsApp. We just say okay, send it, receive, clear, done. So these are the capabilities of the ServiceNow. Sorry, these are the capabilities of WhatsApp. Now what ServiceNow has for us? So ServiceNow company divided this picture into the 5 sections, or sorry, 4 sections. 1, 2, 3, and 4. Number 1 is called the platform interface. It means how you can interact with anyone. If you say, Atul, how I can interact with you? You can come and meet me. You can use my website and send me a message. You can WhatsApp me on my number. It is also interaction, right? Interaction doesn't mean that you have to speak. No. Interaction means that you give me some inputs and I give you some outputs. Maybe you can reach out to some other person, that is called the reference here. So ServiceNow said that, boss, I'm giving you these 6 capabilities, 6 ways to interact with ServiceNow. I try to correlate this example with any of the existing websites as well, like how you can book an order on the e-commerce website. Atul, either via website, agree. Either via I send an email and my order should be booked, very correct. I can talk to agent on the survey desk, very much. I can use the app, very much. So these are the ways that you are interacting. These are called the interface. So what ServiceNow say? Conversational, via chatting. If I open this, let me open this. Don't worry, I'm not going anywhere. I'm just showing you the website. Okay, let it be open in the minute. So now you can see, if I want to book a ticket, I have to be logged into this particular website. This is the interface for me. This is a portal for me. So this is my conversational. This is this जो आजकल we say ना, these are the kind of AI stuff. This is my conversational. You start typing, they will reply. These things. Book a ticket. Yes, I want to book a ticket. This one. So these are the conversational part. Number one thing. Mobile. Now what you can do, you can download the mobile app of Air India and you can book your tickets. Service portal. I can say as of now, just consider this website as a portal for you. This is a service portal for you, means where you can go and raise a request. Either you can go here and you can put it here from book now. So this is a portal where this is the first place where you can go and interact with that particular company products. Now I come here. Workspace. Workspace, I can say a little different because workspace are a place where an agent work. When you call to serve, okay, let's take example. I go here and I can let me put it here. Let me go ahead and I'll show you. I'm saying I lost my baggage. So I will raising a incident for my team. Now they can see the things in the background little differently. Don't worry about this part. I'll give you this detail in the upcoming days. So just understand that is a workspace is available and that we call as a agent workspace. Web services. Now I want to connect. Okay, let's take example. Anyone in all of us is having the automated house. Like if I click on my mobile phone, switch on the AC, my AC on. If I click on the mobile phone, my lights on. If I say, hey Alexa, switch on the lights on. What all these things called? These are things called the APIs. It means when I want to integrate my service now with third party with any other tool, I use the API. So let's take example. I am interacting or I'm sharing my knowledge to you guys. And what method I'm using? I'm using the API. I'm speaking and you're understanding. That is the API here. And at last, notification via email communication you do. Hey, I lost my laptop, I lost my mobile phone is not working, you sent me a wrong package. These things you can consider in the notification. I send an email, you receive an email, you reply back, I check your issue, I reply back to you. Okay, so these are the 6 interfaces via which a user can interact or can use ServiceNow at a first point of time. Any doubt, any issue, any question here, please ask. Don't be shy here. Okay, no question. Let me come to the next point. Now, what ServiceNow did here? ServiceNow bifurcate his products in the 3 major categories. Let's take example. When I was preparing for my PhD entrance exam, I get a research paper, kind of research paper. So not research paper, case study from my college. And that was on the Google. That how Google has been established, what are the ways Google revenue, multiple things are there. Then I came to know this 6-letter company Google has the many products. Gmail, maybe I can say YouTube. When you run your ads on the YouTube, it's called the AdSense. Maybe I'm adding Facebook as well, just for the time being. I'm adding Facebook. I have a YouTube Kids. I have a Comcast. Maybe all these things are falling in the one category or one company called the Google. Now, if I am a customer, it is very tough for me to be understand. So what Google did, Google bifurcated the products in the different categories. Entertainment, YouTube and YouTube Kids. Money making, again YouTube AdSense and YouTube or the Gmail or the Facebook or called the Orkut. So in the same manner, ServiceNow also bifurcated the products in the 3 major sections. Okay. And these are called IT workflow and called the employee workflow and called the customer workflow. Okay. This is called this IT workflow, which is purely for IT. No other person, no other stuff to be discussed here. Employee workflow for the employees. Customer workflow for my end users. And at last, the creator workflow. I'll come to this point later. Don't feel sad here. Okay. Now, when I say IT, means any service which I am providing to my customer is belong to IT. I'm maintaining. So here I will count each and every one. Sneha says, Atul, I'm working in the control M. It's IT. B says, Atul, I'm supporting my customer on the database perspective. Again, IT. Ken says, hey, Atul, I'm supporting my customer on the security incident perspective. Again, IT. Yinka says, Atul, I'm supporting my customer on the vulnerability side. Again, IT. Okay. So these things, they bifurcated into the IT part. Let me. I'm sure that now it is clear to everyone, right? Just concentrate on this part. It's visible to everyone, right?
Yeah.
Okay, great. Now it's, I guess it's good. Okay. So in the IT workflow, they have a 4 and 3, 7 sections available. Means in the IT, they bifurcate into the 7 sub products. One is called the ITSM. IT service management. Our core discussion of this training will be only in this area. Don't worry, it is not only this 4. We have a lot of things. Okay. So IT means IT service management. We know that what is service management, and we are not going to discuss that now. So in this, they cover change, incident, problem, and request. ITOM, IT operation management. Like Sneha, your work is fall into the ITOM area because you are doing the kind of a monitoring there. You are monitoring their databases, you are monitoring their servers, and you are seeing that which server is down. Okay, so in the ITOM, what this says basically, just on the broader side, we will discuss this in detail little bit later, maybe on the 35th or 36th day near about. Okay, ITOM basically will be concentrate on the infrastructure part. Your servers, I'll not say server, basically your CIs, your event management. Like if I say, if there is a patient, go to the doctor. and doctor say, hey, your diabetic level just started. Please stop taking sweets in your day-to-day routine. He said, okay, maybe it started, I can say only 10% it's diabetic. After 1 week, it's again go. Now the diabetic reason level has been increased to the 60%. Now doctor very strictly says, hey, stop taking sweetness or sweet things in your day-to-day routine. After 2 weeks, again that person go. Boss, you're fully diabetic now. You're not allowed to take any kind of a sweet things in your day-to-day routine. So these are called the event management. We set up the threshold. This is a very, very different concept. I'm not going to discuss in detail because I have no experience, but I'm getting some inputs. Let me see that how much theoretical I can give it to here. So these kind of things, that if my server CPU has been utilized 10%, I just get an alert. When my CPU utilization has been increased to 60%, I again get a notification now. And at last, when I reach to the 90%, I get an incident in my bucket. Okay. So these things we have to do in this particular. So ServiceNow says that if you want to maintain your customer clouds part, cloud provisioning, cloud infrastructure, or you want to do the discovery of your CIs, configuration items. I'll discuss the CI in the complete depth. We have a 3 or 4 day session there, and the event management. Then you can go for the item part. Then what do you mean by the ITBM? Sorry, it is item.
How come event management is also part of ITSM, right? How come they intentionally kept it separate thing?
Okay, so because event management is specifically on your infra part now. From event you get the incident, which they're putting into the ITSM. But this says you have to be set up the different thresholds on the different servers. So server things or the infrastructure part you can consider here only. So that is when they bring it to the item part in this area. Earlier it was
based on their architecture, it is more convenient to kept it under that operations management module.
Correct. Because if you see, even in ITL part, event is something with this area only, but it is a tool. Remember, ServiceNow is a tool. It is not a method or a framework. No, it is a tool, and they have their own way of working. They follow the ITL. They are ITL compliance, but they say that ITOM means operation management. In operation, you are doing the thresholds part on the server or infra part. Let me keep it to the different area only. Or maybe you can say it can be a way of selling the products as well. Can be the reason. Because to use any of these product, you require a separate license. For ITSM, license is different, ITOM license is different, ITAM license is different, ITBM license is different. It's a completely company way of thinking, company way of designing, and company way of working. We are just using it. Okay. Now the third concept come, or the third product come, ITAM. IT asset management. In my home, I have a lot of assets. My laptops, mobile phone, wardrobes, study table, bed, cushions, what I can say, sofa, mandir, kitchen things. All are the assets for me. How you are going to maintain these assets in a system? You can use the item as a product. Believe me, this item has a very big market at point of time. A lot of demand of these kind of resources. That is in the beginning I said, this slide will give you that after this training of 40 days or 50 days, in which domain I should go and explore now. I'm just giving you the basics one now. So ITAM says basically when you have to maintain your assets and the software licenses, you have to be used this thing. So in this particular area, they have a HAM, hardware asset management, and SAM, software asset management. So in the ITAM, these two products are very much popular. And believe me, in the market, we have very less people who have a good hands-on and expertise in this area. I'm speaking for a long time now. Let's me take a pause and go for the question answer here. Yes, guys, any doubt, any question here? Tell me any doubt, any question. We're all sleepy here.
Can you put some more thoughts on advanced high availability, how it is designed?
Designing, I'm not sure that what should I put it here, because this is what is a standard. I get it from the documentation only. So these even lines you can see here, I copy pasted from the ServiceNow documents. Okay. So in short, that it is a company now, and they know that how to run their business. They have some architecture in the background. Why they set up this? What I understood, what I know, which we already discussed, that to make sure that one customer has no impact on the other customer. This has no impact on the other customer. Maybe it is a good point for me, but maybe it is an overhead for the company as well to maintain a separate node, separate database for the each customer. So this is totally companies as a company vision, company points here. Tough to be say why they have this only. Maybe tough to say that why they don't have any supporting data center, the main data center in India. Maybe due to some India weathers are there. India population is this much. Maybe infra is not good. Maintenance is very high in India. Multiple reasons can be there. Or maybe they're planning to bring their data center in India as well, primary data center. Multiple thoughts are there now. Okay. Now I'll come to this point again. ITSM done, item done. Now I come to ITBM. If I cross approximately 15 plus years of experience in industry, I says, boss, I am done with my technical part now. I will be good into the people management. And to do that part, I have a ITBM provided by ServiceNow. Now, if I say that, okay, you guys are taking a training, after 40 days, you will be able to add a new technology in your resume or the CV called ServiceNow. It means you are increasing your portfolio here, right? You're increasing your portfolio like approximately till 2014 or 15. Atul Grover was just an ITIL resource, nothing much. But in 2021 or 2020, Atul become a ServiceNow consultant. My portfolio has been increased. In 2022, Atul become the ServiceNow trainer as well. Also, Atul Grover portfolio has been increased because he is a guest speaker as well. So now everything you're doing is a portfolio here. What you are adding in your company, that what services your company provide, will be considered into the ITBM part, and how to maintain that, how to store that things. We use the ITBM as an application. In this, we have a demand management. We have an investment, the funding you're getting from the different sources. Your financials are here, so you can see the financials here. Then your release management, your resourcing, how much resource you need, what is the timesheet they'll be filling, all the things will be taken into this ITBM part. This thing we also discuss a little bit depth with the help of the flowcharts as well. Okay, then I'll pick a few of the terms there. I'll show you on the instance as well. Then we proceed further. Now, DevOps. DevOps is basically a methodology, I can say, where you pick up any code change, deploy in the next environment. So ServiceNow says that I am giving the flexibility to this thing as well, to use the DevOps in depth. I never use this in ServiceNow very clearly on that part. Okay, but I worked in the DevOps as a DevOps lead in one of the company as well. So what we do, if any developer say, hey, I'm done with my code changes, we commit that, take it and deploy in the next environment. That is a part of the DevOps here. Now, if I come here, security operation. There is a ransom attack on a company X. That is a security. And to maintain these kind of incidents, ServiceNow says that I am giving you the separate module called the security operation. So let's take example. If something bad happen related to your in your home, related to your security, you will call to your parents first point of time. Not your friend says, "Aisa ho gaya mere saath, there's something happened wrong with me." No. So what ServiceNow say that every company has a security threats. If any security breach, security incident happen, it should be tackled in a separate way. Suppose if near to somewhere in your house or in your office, a fire happen. Will you call to fire brigade or will you do the WhatsApp to the fire brigade? Hey, my name is XYZ. There is a fire near to my area. Please come. No, you will immediately call because you know that this is a security issue now. It's a life threat now. So what you do, you will follow the separate process for this one. So to tackle these things, we have a separate product given by ServiceNow called the security operation. Vulnerability is one of the things. Like nowadays, a few days back, there's a one vulnerability happened, logs for JS. Many companies work on that part. They quickly update the patches. They raise a security incident. A security team sit and take a decision that how to proceed on this case. At last, we come on the integrated risk management. The earlier name of this module was called the GRC, governance, risk, and compliance. But now they called it as the integrated risk management. Something on this part we will definitely discuss. I have in my agenda because I have little knowledge from the theoretical part. I'll tell you that what is policy, what is the control. But this particular module says, now if you see or if you remember, if you go to the big restaurants, hotels, malls, they mention that we are ISO certified, ISO 14000, 27000, 9001 certified. What that mean? It means they had follow or they are following the principles or the rules given by respective standards, and now they are be compliant on that part. But if someone breach something, maybe a government says I will give a clues or the passing certificate to a mall only when I will able to see that they have a multiple staircase for the fire exit. Only then they will get a NOC. Like in the flats where we are living, how the builder get the NOCs or the completion certificates. Builders say that come and visit my building, I'll show you. So they show that okay, if I have the 5 ways to go out, these are the specific kind of a door I put it in the case of the fire. There's a refugee area in this particular building on this particular floor. Okay, so these things has to be taken care in this particular area. That is called the integrated risk management or called the GRC in the previous term. So we had to create some policies. We had to create some controls. We had to do some risk assessment here. Clear till this point? Any doubt, any question? Anyone? Let me come here now. I'm speaking for a long time now. Yes, guys, any doubt, any question? Anyone?
So if when we create an instance, do we get a chance to see all these modules or only ITSM?
No. In the beginning, you will get only ITSM. To do this part, you have to be activate the different plugins in the system.
But they're all free or paid?
In the personal instance, few you will get, few you will not get. Like you will not get HM or SAM. You will not get, because for this you had to be your official instance only. But like for ITOM, a little bit discovery can be available. Out of these, few of the modules have few of the plugins available. In this, a complete set is available. In this, complete set is available. But if it is your official instance, it means it is your office instance, then you can ask ServiceNow and they can install that plugin for you, and they will start charging for you as well when you go to the production as well. Because For these, different licenses are required for different modules here. Clear? With any doubt other?
So these are one-time charges or like a monthly charges?
It depends. Again, if you try to find out on Google that how ServiceNow charge for their products, you will not find a single document. Even not a single document, you will not find a single line as well. If you find, you will get only that everybody say it is a deal between your company and the ServiceNow sales representative, and it's all depend the way you produce your business case. Maybe you say that okay, I want only monthly charges, I want only one-time charges. Maybe if I say that okay, I have 1,000 of users, what you can do here. So it's depend of it totally. Nobody can give you any kind of a practical experience on that, but unless you work in a company and you're working in this particular team only then you will get the actual things in your bucket. Otherwise, no one can give you any answer on that part.
Okay, so I got it.
Yep. Any other doubt, guys? Any question? Laura, Bigola, Yinka, Kachi, Kane, Steve, Veer, Sneha.
Hi, Atu.
Yes, Laura, you're very silent today.
Hi. Okay, I actually tried get an instance, but like I told you the other time, I've only been able to log in and they actually put me under the creator workflow, which is the
Okay.
APP engine.
Yes.
Is that the only access we can get?
No. So what I will do, maybe I'll share my previous video link where you can get your instance, or tomorrow when I show you that how you can take your instance, then I'll show you the practical steps as well. What you have to make a changes at your end.
Oh, okay, great then.
Okay. Yeah.
Thank you.
Any other doubt, guys? Any other question? I'm not sure that tomorrow also we can see ServiceNow because a lot of discussion pending on this. Maybe on Wednesday we can see. Don't worry. I'm not in hurry now.
Yeah.
Any other doubt, guys? Yes, Kane, go ahead.
So I want to ask: is there an instance where a customer requires all the services?
Any instance where customer require all the services?
Yeah, like everything. Yeah, everything that is listed here.
So you mean like which I'm showing the screen? Customer required all these things, right?
Yeah.
Practically speaking, not possible.
Okay.
Or it's very ideal case. Let me take example here, Ken, from your perspective. You are living with your family, okay?
Yeah.
What you need in your to run your day-to-day routine life. You need a good house to be live. You need a food. You need a car. You need a TV. You need a fridge. All the things will be there. But there's a lot of things which is not in your scope, or you never use it, so you never buy it as well, right? So in the same manner, ServiceNow says that I have a lot of products, but what I want to use, that totally depend on you. The case which you're saying is very ideal case, that a customer having all the products in their bucket, starting customer workflow, employee workflow, or maybe these things as well. These become automatically come into the picture if I buy these things. Very rare. But yes, nowadays there's a lot of companies who are coming and making ServiceNow as a centralized tool for everything, for ITSM, ITOM, ITBM, HRSD, CSM, and customer application as well.
All right. Thank you. And also, second question.
Yes, go ahead.
For ServiceNow BA or ServiceNow administrator,
Go ahead.
which section do we? Let's say for the BA, is it the IT workflow section that falls into?
No. Okay, I'll give little practical things on top of this now. Nowadays, the market has changed very drastically. Why I'm saying drastically? Because if I go for a BA, people don't expect that I should know only ITSM. People says I should know something of this, something of this, something of this, and something of this. So if I say, or maybe if you say, Atul, can I go for the ITSM and become a BA, you can become a BA. Maybe in the company you're giving interview, they're just using the ITSM. But at point of time in the market, the demand, they need a complete landscape. If I'm hiring a BA, he should go and talk to customer on the HRSD part. He can go to talk to customer on the CSM part. He can go and talk to customer on the custom application, CSGA model, knowledge management, everything. He can go and talk here. So, and these things come only and only with the experience. More you work, more you get experience in that area. But yes, as of now, I can say specifically in your regions, I can say in US or the North America, South America side, specifically Canada, Toronto, which I'm seeing a trend. They're hiring the people from this particular domain as of now. They're looking for ITSM consultants there. Plus, they're coming on the CSM as well, a little bit on that part. Okay.
Thank you.
No problem. Okay, so let me stop myself here because today's session is little lengthy and theoretical part. Tomorrow we'll pick up again this 2 or 3 workflows and we'll complete this slide. Okay, now let me stop the recording here. Okay.